When the sun sets over Singapore, a hidden world comes to life. Beyond the city lights, in the heart of the Mandai Wildlife Reserve, lies a place where darkness is not a barrier. It's the stage. This is Night Safari, the world's first nocturnal zoo. But how does it all work in the dark? To find out more, we have to visit Mandai Wildlife Reserve after nightfall.
Well, when Night Safari first started, there were quite a few people who were doubters that, why do we want to open up a wildlife park at night? So it turned out to be a genius idea and a very enduring concept as well.
Dr. Cheng was part of the initial team that shaped the Night Safari concept in the 90s.
So Night Safari is a concept wildlife park, and the concept is that the bulk majority of the animals in the tropics are actually active at night. So it makes sense to show people when the animals are most active, and it's turned out to be a great idea.
In the world's first Night Safari, humans are merely guests in that nocturnal world of animals. But for people to witness that world, there was a challenge. How do you light up a forest meant for nocturnal inhabitants?
Lighting is actually another important component at night. If you think about it, we are painting the habitat with lights. Now, what we want to do is that we are creating this impression. They are exploring the secret realm of the animals at night. The lighting is actually quite gentle. We want to create the impression that visitors are viewing full moonlight.
Other than lighting up the exhibits, the lights in Night Safari are also designed to be undisruptive.
Before the advent of Night Safari, zoos, when they want to show animals that are active at night, they put them in a nocturnal house, meaning that you put them in a daylight reverse cycle. So the animals' point of view, the light is on. Whereas in Night Safari, nocturnal species, animals that have a nightlife, they actually can experience all the natural daylight. We are not reversing their day-night cycle at all. So comparing to animals in the nocturnal house and those animals in Night Safari, they have a much better life.
But at the Night Safari, what guests experience at night starts in the day. Before the gates open at 6:30 p.m., keepers like Ayman and Amanda are basically the stage crew, cleaning, prepping, and setting up the moments that guests come for.
Basically, we start work at 9. So what we do first and foremost is we do the husbandry. Basically, we clean their enclosures, their yards, and their exhibit as well. We clear all their poops, the balance of the browsers, those that they didn't eat from yesterday.
Right now I'm finding some mussel shells that the otters have left in the exhibit overnight. So as you can see, there's some in front of me here. So sometimes they leave them in the water, so which is why we got the net and we gotta scoop them all up. But we just dispose of all of this and we're good to go.
After cleaning the enclosures, it's time for feeding. Today, Amanda is going to prepare a special menu for the pangolins.
So today we're going to be prepping the food for our pangolins. We have 3 pangolins here at Night Safari. So their diet is pretty special. It's because pangolins don't have any teeth. So we need to come up with a pretty specialized diet for them that can meet all their nutritional needs. So we use a lot of very protein heavy ingredients like silkworm and the eggs inside. And then we add the mealworms inside next. Then we blend everything together.
After blending, Amanda packs the food in leaves to simulate natural conditions.
In the wild, what they do is they have to dig through ant and termite mounds to kind of find their food. So it's supposed to encourage their natural behavior of like clawing things and digging things out to forage for it. So this is food, basically what we blended up, and it's supplemented with some ant eggs. It's like one of their favorite things to eat. Just make a cocoon for him, so it's like kind of tight. So this really like secures the dew, so it'll make it much harder for him to claw it out. Yeah, so we have a packet of his food for enrichment.
The enriched food is then strategically placed in the exhibit for the animals to interact out in the open.
In order for the guests to have a good view of our elephants, we actually place a lot of enrichment devices for the elephants to interact with. We have puzzle feeders, we have small boxes with mesh at the bottom, so where we can just put stuff inside, they can just spend their time eating at one particular place. And there's a lot of it scattered throughout the exhibit, so they can choose to move around. After lunch, we will do more, basically the elephant training sessions, their body checks.
When night safari is running, keepers can't just spot check from across the exhibit, so they do training and body checks in the day to catch issues early before the gates open at night. Animals are rewarded with treats to take part in health checks.
So when they present their food, we can check for injuries as well. There's a lot of ways for us to tell whether the animal is healthy or not. Their body language, the way they move, the way they interact with other animals in their enclosures, whether their appetite, their fecal sample. Yeah.
From the very beginning, we have decided that night safari is not just a zoo open at night. We want it to be an experience, a journey into the tropical rainforest, and then as they go through this journey, they will chance upon encountering the animals. So the immersion experience is very important. Now, during the day, the immersion is achieved via various landforms, vegetation.
To create a fully immersive rainforest experience, horticulturists like Shou Kang are the green guardians that craft the landscape of night safari.
In the animal exhibit, we take charge of the landscape design, so we'll carefully select the plants that can reflect the animal natural habitats.
In the dark, the landscape does a lot of the work. It has to feel safe for animals, but not so dense that everything disappears.
Sini sikit, kosong. Yeah, put at the center here.
The horticulture team refreshes enclosure greenery regularly to keep habitats vibrant, yet visible for the viewers, and for the animals to be instinctively engaged.
It takes us about 1 hour from prepare the plants from nursery, bring them here, and put up the decoration. We have horticulture and arboriculture. Horticulture is basically those lower plants like trees, shrubs, or ground covers. As for the tree management, we have arboriculture team, where they are all certified arborists.
The arborist team regularly surveys and tags trees based on species health and conservation value. Besides taking care of the forest, the arborist team also replicates the natural habitats of the animals. It looks routine, but everything is curated and thought out for the best animal and guest experience. With the animals and their habitats well taken care of, it's showtime at Night Safari. The guests arrive, the sun sets, and the baton passes to the night team, ready to unveil the wild stories after dark. Damien from the operations team ensures the signature tram ride operates smoothly every day.
I mean, the Night Safari tram experience is really the highlight of Night Safari. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually trying to do a check on the road to make sure that the tram route is smooth and clear from obstacles. What is very important is that it needs to be clear of obstacles, like maybe sometimes after rain or wind, there might be a tree branch at the middle of the road. So I'm doing this survey to ensure that the roads are clear.
Other than ensuring a smooth tram ride, Damien personally enjoys pointing out animals to the guests along the way.
So the animals is really the very special part of the tram adventure. The animals have their favorite hiding spots. It may be this particular big rock It may be this particular big tree that they prefer to rest under. And of course, we have our walking trails where usually we can get up closer to the smaller animals, which is a bit more difficult to see on the tram ride. I've been with the Tram team in the Night Safari operations team for 12 years. You have children or adults coming to you that thank you for your advice. I really had a nice time. Thanks to you, I got to see the animal. I mean, that's really what makes me have such great satisfaction for this job.
As the night deepens and the last visitors make their way home, the whisper of the wild softens. The animals return to their quiet rhythm in the world's first nocturnal zoo.